Hello class, I welcome you all to this new chapter, chapter 4, planning. So we have completed the chapter 3, that is the business environment. Now we are moving ahead with the new chapter called as planning. Before talking about planning, I want to recapitulate about management process. Now, what do you mean by management process? Management process is of 5 steps. One is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Now, these are the steps or the process of planning, and you have one element called as coordination, which actually is the essence of management. So you need to have coordination in all the process of management so that your organization is of good terms. Under this, we are going to deal with each and every element of the process separately as a chapter. So first we will be discussing what is planning. Planning addresses two questions. Okay, what to do and how to do. Okay, so what to do is your objectives, and how to do is your action plan. Okay, so now you can see here, planning is deciding in advance. This is important, deciding in advance, not when the time of doing, deciding in advance what to do and how to do it. Now, what to do talks about the task you need to be completing. Task to be completed in a given time frame. And how to do it? See, you may have a lot of methods of doing a particular task. The most effective and efficient method is to be adopted. Now, how to adopt it? You have to be innovative enough as well as creative to attain this particular goal. So planning is deciding in advance what to do and how to do. What to do is what the task to be completed in a given time frame, and how to do is effective and efficient method is to be adopted while doing. So this adopting method should involve what? Innovation and creativity. So we can see that planning involves setting objectives and developing appropriate courses of action to achieve these objectives. Okay, planning involves setting objectives and developing appropriate course of action to achieve these objectives. So these objectives means the objectives of the organization. So you can see this, we set a target we develop an action plan, we follow the action plan. This is very important. We follow the action plan, and then finally we will be able to reach our goal. Yes, we did it. So it's like that. So it's not as simple as it is been given in this diagram. If you would have really planned for your life, or if you really planned for some studies or a trip or something, it is complicated because there is an involvement of external environment. So external environment will be like interrupting with this action plan. We need to just keep on going with all these things so that finally we will be able to achieve our plan. I hope that you are able to see this diagram. Yeah. So see, planning is will actually take you through. It is a process that will take you through from where we are to where we want to go. So planning seeks to bridge this gap. Okay, so we have to, so while planning only we will come to know what is our present position, and how we need to reach in the future is the process of planning. With the steps of actions that we take, we will be able to reach this future position. Okay, so I would like to take you through this this definition that's given here. So planning can be defined as setting objectives for a given time period. It is for a time period. This time period is very important. Formulating various course of action to achieve them, and then selecting the best possible alternative from among the various courses of action available. Okay, so I'll just explain what is this. Okay, now look into this action plan. Okay, suppose for example you want to go to New York. You want to go to New York. What are the various transportation that is available? Can you go to New York by train? Can you go to New York by aeroplane? Can you go to New York by a ship or a vessel? Now you want to go to New York. So can you go by train? No. Can you go by aircraft and vessel? Yes, you can. But most effective route is aircraft only. Okay. So you have an action plan to achieve something. You take up. Suppose for example you have an exam tomorrow. Okay, you have an exam tomorrow. Will you study today or will you study after the exam? So obviously you will study today. Today, study all day. Suppose you want to get rank. How can you do it? You have to study over a period of time under frequent intervals so that you achieve this goal. Okay, so that is called as action plan. Okay, in business also, many businesses may have an action plan of reaching, say for example, they want to expand the business. Okay, they want to go into a new line of production. Okay, new line. Suppose they are into FMCG, they want to open textiles, they want to go into real estate. So business may have a lot of plans to expand their business or to diversify their business. Okay, so expand the business means you expand in the FMCG products alone. Say for example you were first into eateries. Patanjali is one big example of FMCG. They were first into this Ayurveda products. Now they expanded the business into eateries also. Okay, and suppose you want to diversify the business. Say for example you want to have FMCG plus textiles plus real estate. You wanted to have achieve all these target within 5 years. Then you need to have a strong planning to attain all these things. So planning is essential. Action plan is very important. Steps in the planning process. So you have the first step, that is setting objectives. So what is objectives? Objectives means goals. First you need to set the goals. For setting up these goals, you should have a particular target in your mind, and this goal should be neutral for all the levels of the management. Okay, whether it is top level, top, middle and lower, this goal should be neutral for all the levels of management. It should not be for top level one, for middle level another, for lower level another. Though the execution part can be different, but the goal should be the same. Okay, so whatever is the goal should be applicable for the entire organization commonly. The second part is developing premises. Now what is premises? See, planning is always with the help of future. Planning is always for future. It is not for the past. Past you cannot do anything. Planning is always for the future. Obviously, the future is uncertain. Future is uncertain. It is not certain. You cannot say what will happen tomorrow, day after tomorrow. You cannot be exact in that. Okay, so planning needs to be for the future, which is uncertain. So we are making certain assumption that about future. Okay, we are making some assumptions about the future. What is this? Which are considered to be the base material upon which a plan is to be drawn. This is the base. Okay, what is the base? Assumption is the base. Based on this assumption only we can set plan. This assumption should be clear with the help of available information. Okay, with the help of available information, we can be able to make some suitable assumptions so that our plan is executed for the future without any disruption. But assumptions are not exact; they are only a estimated kind of a thing. So it always involves a risk factor of not completing, that is not appropriate for the situation sometimes. So based upon, so your availability of information should be very very essential for you to plan accordingly. Can you see here? So the third process of planning is identifying the alternative courses of action. So what is the task? How can you achieve this task? How to do? You may have a lot of options. Okay, you may have a lot of options to achieve a particular task. You need to choose the best option. Okay, the next step is to choose the best option, but here you need to identify what are the real alternatives that are there. There may be many alternatives. Suppose for example you wanted to have you wanted to have a GST registration for your business. Okay, what are the various alternatives? First of all, you can do it. Okay, with the available information, you can directly go to the portal, submit all the documents that is relevant to you. You can do it. you can approach a chartered accountant. Okay, he can do it for you. You have to pay a fees. You can go to a GST consultant. Okay, there you can do it. Sometimes there will be some workshops for this medium small MSMEs. Okay, so you may have some workshops for this entrepreneurs. There they may speak about the GST registration, what are the technical difficulties they go through, all these things. Or you can approach a CMA. Okay, all the people the same, there are various options. Now you need to choose what is the best option for you. Okay, the cheap, suppose you wanted to go for a cheap option, you can do it yourself, or you can go through a workshop, or the third option may be GST consultant, and then only you can go to this professionals. Okay, for that. So suppose you wanted to do it fast, time is your constraint, then go to a GST consultant or a chartered accountant or a CMA, because time constraint is there, you want to register it immediately, then you need to go to this particular person. So you have a task in your mind, and what is the best option. So obviously you have the fourth option is to evaluate alternative courses. Evaluate alternative courses. You should check which is the best for you. Okay, in terms of you have to analyze the pros and cons of this process. So pros and cons, the positives and the negatives need to be analyzed, so that selection of the alternative can be made. Selection of alternative can be made. Now this is a point of decision making. Okay, you need to decide what is the best alternative you need to select for. So you have to have the decision making in selection of the alternative, and once this decision is made, you need to think about implementation. So the next thing is implementing the plan. So you need to implement the plan according to step by step. So putting the plan into action, this is the action that you need to take. So you need to have this action plan, you need to implement it in a effective way, so that you can achieve the target is achieved. And the last step, very important step, where many people will not forget about it, is the follow-up. What is the last step? It is the follow-up. Follow-up is the last step of action. It means to see whether plans are being implemented and activities are being performed according to the plan. This means you are monitoring the work done, finding what is the mistake, learning from the mistake, and having corrective action. Okay, what is corrective action? To correct the mistake that you have done, what are the actions that you need to carry on? So these are the steps that are involved in planning process. First is the setting up of the objectives. Second is developing the premises, that is assumption. What is premises? Is just an assumption, okay, based on the information that you have. The third one is identifying the alternative courses of action. Then fourth one is evaluate the alternative courses. Then fifth one is the selection of alternative, and sixth one is the implementing the plan, and the last one is the follow-up. So I hope that this is clear. We will see you in the next video. Thank you, class.